Guys, welcome to part 3 and the final part of our 5 installment fees management system. Therefore, we shall start by creating a new Microsoft Access. Then we can just call it that our 5 installments fees MIS, that way, MIS. Then we launch this one here. We launch our Microsoft Access. We enable the macros. Then you need to import tables. Now that I showed you how the tables are, if I can just go to external data, then new data source, then from database here I click on access. Then when this dialog box appears, I just go to browse. Therefore, I want to import my tables. Therefore, when I go to browse, I go to my desktop. Then I go to Fees Pro. If I just go to where Fees Pro is, this way, sorry, Fees Pro. Just check here. This, then you open that one. You just go to OK. Then this dialog box comes. I want to import the table fees and pupils only. Therefore, after having done that, I cross that one, and then I have my fees table. This is my fees table. I had taken you through in part 1. That is, to start with, these are my fields in fees table. Therefore, the next thing is to go to pupils table. Therefore, this is the pupils table. These are the feeds that I took you through. Therefore, from here, I want us to create a query, and then we go to the VBA part. Therefore, you just go to create, then query design. Therefore, here you double click the first query and the second query. Then you need to pull this somehow to show all the feeds. Also, this one to show all the feeds. Then you can opt to bring this side just to make sense. And therefore, I needed to first of all create the joints. Therefore, admission number goes to that one. Then I double click that. Therefore, I include all parents to child. I had taken you through that. Therefore, I also do the same to this one. I do the same. Then I also do the terms to term. I also double click this. I choose the second option. I want the parents' feeds to equate the child's feed. Therefore, I also double click this. I use the second option. I click on OK. Then now I need to drop the feeds. Therefore, if you are very keen, you realize that as I double click the feeds, they are well organized in my query grid. If I can just scroll here to make sure that you see what's happening. Therefore, the next one is now to bring these feeds also. Therefore, I can just pull this up. Therefore, I start with that one. Then I go to that. I go to that, I go to that. If I double click all of them, installment 2, 3, 4, 5, total paid, term, fees payable, fees paid, balance. Therefore, I scroll. Now I have date 1, date 2, date 3, date 4. That's what I need to have in my query. Then I can just zoom out to make sure that we have inserted all the feeds. Therefore, if I run my query will run as follows. This is how my query is. Remember, we have imported data. We can just call our query master queue, master query. Then, after having done that, the next thing is to go to our VBA so that we can create the fees capture. And therefore, I just go to create here. Then I just go to form design. Then you can just increase the size of this form grid just like I have done. Then the next thing is to save this form of ours. You can just call it main that way. Then you can right click to give it at least a bit of different color. Then right click, go to this point here, form header and footer. Make sure you have that. Then you can just pull this down here to make sure that you are okay. The next thing is to direct this query here. Therefore, we call it, we need to put this query as our record source. Therefore, you usually go to properties, then you just go to property sheet here. This one should be in design view. If I just make sure this one is in design view, then we go to properties, then here we choose form, then all, then just go to this point here, this point here, record source here, record source, you choose the query. Therefore, our query is master queue. Now after doing that, you close this, save your form, then click on add existing feeds. Therefore, these are our feeds. Therefore, I can just hold shift, have this one up to there. These are the feeds, then I pull them that way. Then after pulling them that way, I can also now pull for the next table up to that point. If I click the first one, hold shift key on your keyboard, then drag them here. Then you can now cross this one and you will be left by rearranging this one. Therefore, I will just now be rearranging this. If I can just highlight all this up to the last date, therefore should be date 5. That way, date, it's up to date 4. Should be up to date 5. Date 1, 2, 3. We shall add our date 5. Therefore, for now, we can just now rearrange this. Therefore, I can just remove the labels. These ones, I don't need them. I don't need the labels. Therefore, I remove the labels. Then I arrange this. This is the admission number. Admission number should go with admission number. Therefore, this admission number for the child table, for the second table that is, should not be visible. Therefore, I go to properties, I click on it, then visible, no. Then I pull it to this point there. Then I go to the student name. Student name, we don't have to. We just have it from the parent table. Therefore, that one should be visible. Then we go to class. S class is from the parent table. That one should be displayed. But the one from the child table should not be displayed. Therefore, this one, visible, no. And then you just reduce the size. Reduce the size that way. Therefore, you just put it there. Then you have ear. We remove this ear, F ear. F ear should not be visible. Therefore, this is the F ear. Here. Therefore, the F ear should be brought there. Then you have the S ear. The S ear should be visible since it is from the parent table. Then we have S thumb. S thumb should be visible. S thumb can just go to that point. Then you can just come down here and get the term. This one, F term. This one should be invisible, but you should at least take it up here to the other one. Therefore, I'm just dragging it and you press it there. Then we have the installment. This one, you can just remove the labels. This one. Then this one, give them different colors. Just go to format, then shape. Therefore, I give that one that color. This one, I give it a different color. This one, I give it the different color. This one will make it more vivid and easy to identify when you are actually working on it, when you are working on data. Then from there, you need to put this one somewhere here, installment 1, the next one on top of that, the next one on top of that, that way. That one should go and equate to the others. Therefore, this is where the installments will be done. Then, after having done that, you can bring the total paid here. You can also just pull this up here. For clarity purposes, you can just drag your mouse this way to remove the labels. Then, this is fees payable. Fees payable total paid can be there. Fees payable, actually fees payable should be before this. Therefore, this one can be somewhere there. This is fees payable. Then total paid should be displayed there. Then we have total paid, fees paid, total paid. This is just, you can just bring them there. Have total paid and fees paid. Then balance there. Then we need to have the dates paid. The dates paid should be somewhere just before this. For this one can be pulled there. Therefore, we have the date paid. Therefore, date paid should also be different there. Therefore, you place them on top of the other that way. Then remember we have date, the fifth date. If we just go to fees, we add the fifth date. It is actually there. Not only that, we didn't drop it in the query. Therefore, first of all, save this, close it, go to our master query, right click, go to design view, add the fifth date. It seems we forgot to drop it here. It's here. Therefore, there we are. I close this. Therefore, I open this, right click, go to design view. Then once I go to design view, these ones can be removed. We don't need them here. Therefore, I just now go to date 5, go to add existing, drop date 5, close that. Also delete this one and also bring date 5 there. Now the next thing is to pull this up, up to this point there, that way. Then right click, go to property sheet, go to data, make sure here you choose form, you're working on our form. Then this point here, our dynaset should be in consistency. You just choose from this drop down list. That is very important. Otherwise, if you don't do that, data entry will actually be cumbersome for you. Then, ladies and gentlemen, after doing that, you can take this one to the other level. Therefore, I need to label this in that now. Can just label this one accordingly. Therefore, this is our admission number. Then we have the name of the student. We have class of the student. We have the year. We have term. We have fees payable. Good. Now that one is labeled. Format. Choose the color you want. I want it to be black and bold. Then we carry on. We have to go again to design, take a label, then also label these ones accordingly. Therefore, we have fees paid, we have date paid, we have total paid, and then you have the balance. Good. Then again, go to format, go to this one, you label accordingly. Then from there, you need to put the heading for this dashboard or for this data capture. Therefore, just go up to, for example, that point. Therefore, this is our 5 installments fees payment program or system. That way. Then you click outside, inside, go to format, then increase the font size and also change these ones accordingly. System. Therefore, this one should be somewhere there. System. Good. Therefore, if I run, this is what we have so far. But you realize that we have various 8 records down here, but they are not being displayed here. Let me show you how you make sure that that one works properly. Therefore, what you need to do is to make sure that the form of ours here is set to something we call continuous form. Therefore, you just go to properties, then go to all, here choose form, then choose, drag this one up here, default view, double click here, it should read continuous form, so that now when I run, you see I can be in a position to see all my records. Therefore, after doing that, we carry on. The next thing, if you are very keen, we need to have the buttons here. That is the buttons to control our system. Therefore, you have 5 installments. You can just arrange them here. We have 1. I am taking the toggle button. We have 2. That's our second installment here. That's our second one. Then you can have our third one. Then you can also have our fourth one. You can also have our last one and our fifth one. That way. Then make sure they are almost of the same size. you can just increase the size by dragging, then hold control and click all of them, then go to properties. You can give them color, back color here. You can just choose a color. If I want them to be green, if I can set them to green like that, then click on it, type the name. This is installment 1. Then you can just copy this, then click here, paste. This is installment 2. Click, paste, installment 3. Then you have click, paste, undo, click, paste, installment 4. Then click, paste. This is installment 5. There we are. Therefore, if we run our system so far, you'll notice that we have these buttons, and when you click on them, they change color accordingly. Then the next thing is to add our VBA so that our system becomes functional. You can also draw this here to make sure that your work is smart that way. Then we need to put a label here. You'll notice that when I click installment 1, I want installment 1 displayed here. Therefore, you go take a label, and then you draw a label there and press space so that the label will not disappear. Then go to format, increase the font size something like 16. You can also change the color to maroon or red and bold. Sorry, I want the font color, not the shape color. Therefore, that's what I have. So when I run my system here, my label will actually display whatever I want. Now, let's go one-on-one and do the VBA. First of all, it's to identify the name of this label. It is label 36. Then this one is Togo 29, Togo 30, Togo 31, that way. Therefore, let's start by putting the on, that is the form road event. Therefore, what we need is that when our system runs, we should not see this one. We should also not see the dates. All the others should remain intact. And therefore, let's go and fix that. Therefore, what you do, you go to the VBA part. Therefore, you go to properties. Then you go to form here. You choose the form. Therefore, you choose the form here. Then go to event. Therefore, on the event of the form, you go to onload here. On road event, you choose the procedure, then hit the 3 dots. Therefore, you will be taken to this. What do we want? We want the system. We want the system to hide installment 1. Therefore, installment 1 dot. If I have to check the spellings, installments 1 dot. Installment 1 dot. Just want to make sure it's that your dot visible equals to false. Then you just copy this. We want a situation whereby when the system loads, we shall not see the installments. Therefore, I paste that. I also paste that. I also paste that. I also paste that. Therefore, this one is installment 2. This is installment 3. This is installment 4. This is installment 5. Therefore, when our system loads, all installments will disappear, will be invisible. Then we can also write a comment that next is called to hide dates. Therefore, we have date 1 dot visible equals to false. Then you can just copy this, copy, undo, copy. Then paste it just here. Therefore, paste, next, paste, next, paste, next, paste. I'm using Control V. Therefore, that one is 2, date 2. Then this is date 3. Then this is date 4. This is date 5. Therefore, that's the code, VBA code to hide the, that is to hide the these ones. That is to hide the installments and dates. And therefore, when I run my system, there we are. You see now the installments has been hidden and the dates has been hidden. Any other thing should remain the way it is. Therefore, we need now to synchronize. When I click installment 1 appears in the label here, and then installment 1 text box is displayed. Therefore, let's go and do that. Therefore, what you need to do is to go to this button and code for this button. Therefore, you click on the button, go to properties, then you go on click event here, choose event procedure, hit the 3 dots. Therefore, you also need to copy this. You don't need to code again. Therefore, you just copy this code, the whole of this code, and paste it here. But you have to include label 36. Therefore, label 36 dot caption is the label, equals to, this one is installment 1. That's what you need to know, that when we click this button, installment 1 will be displayed. Then you copy this, therefore you copy that. Therefore, all the others should be false apart from this one, apart from that one. Therefore, that one will be true, and also date 1 will be true. Date 1 will be true. All the others should be false. Therefore, let's see that. Remember, we put some color to differentiate that. And therefore, when I click this, when I click installment 1, there we are. You see now, it displays installment 1 and date 1. Let's do the coding for the next button, installment 2. You go to click, then you go to event procedure, you hit the 3 dots. Then you need again to paste the same code, but now change that this one should be installment 2, and then installment 2 should be true. On the other hand, date 2 should be true. All the others should be false. That way, then we save. Then we can try and see. You see now the color for installment 1 and 2 should be different. Therefore, when I click installment 2, you see it displays installment 2. When I click installment 1, it hides installment 1 and displays installment 2. Therefore, now that I have taken you through that one, allow me to do the remaining buttons, then we shall be back on the final bit of the video. Therefore, when you click now on installment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you see now that one is now captured. But when you run your form, these ones are blank. It will only be initialized when you click on respective button. Therefore, the next thing is now to make sure that you filter this to a certain class to avoid giving all that is the classes. Therefore, to do that, you copy this master file here, master query, you paste it. Then after doing that, you can just call it filters that way. Then we need to create a form to enable us do the filtering, and therefore our form of ours, we just go to create. Then you can just go to more forms. You can choose model form. You remove this. Then you can also give it some color like that one. Then we need to draw 3 combo box. Therefore, this is the combo box. If I just need to draw 3, 1, cancel this, draw another one, 2, that is the second one. Wizard cancel. You also draw another one there. Therefore, you have, if you master this, you have combo 2, 4, 6. They are even numbers. Therefore, this one can be recorded as year. This one can be renamed as class. Then this one can be renamed as term. That way, then you can increase the size. Format, you can increase the font size to something big. Just increase them to something big that way, then bold, and change the color to black. Therefore, this is what we have. You can also change this one to a good color and also a reasonable size. that way. Therefore this one is a bit far away from the others. Therefore this is what we have. Then you can include the toggle buttons. You can have a toggle button here, one. You can also have another one here. You can also have our second toggle button, and also our third toggle button, and also we can have another one here, that way. Therefore this one is cross, this one is the whole school report, this one is display fees statement, then this one is enter fees. Therefore this is our buttons, specific buttons. Then you can just format them. Just go to size 20, then the color remains that way. Therefore this is what we have. And for that case, I can just go to design, then have this one as my filter form, that way. Then increase the font size, can increase the font size to a bigger font, then center like that. Therefore this is my form that I need it. Therefore I can just call it ABC, then I click on OK. Therefore if I run this form of mine, this is where I will be choosing the year, class, term. Then when I execute enter fees, it should filter the main form. And therefore let's go and do that. Therefore this is combo 2, combo 4, combo 6. Then this button is toggle 8, toggle 9, toggle 10. I'm reading from this point, and then you have toggle 11. And for that case, what I needed to do next is to do the connection now. That is the connection between the form and the table. And therefore for that case, you just go to year here, then you go to data at this point here. Therefore at the row source here, I type the SQL, therefore select, therefore I should just type to select distinct, then the field name in square bracket, the field name is S year, where I'm choosing S year from a table called pupils, pupils, that way. Therefore this is what I'll be doing. If I just choose copy this, therefore you can just see how that looks like. Therefore you are selecting year from pupils. Therefore if I run this and then I click on here, you see now it is choosing 2021 and 0 depending on what has been keyed in here. And therefore we go ahead and choose the class, just paste that one there. Therefore when you paste that, we are choosing S class. Therefore I just change this, I just change that one to class, Therefore if I save and run, I should be in a position to read the classes. Therefore I again go to design view, choose the last one, go to row source, then paste that one. Therefore I am choosing S term. The field is called S term from a table called pupils. Therefore if now I choose this, I can be in a position to choose 2021 to East term 1. Therefore it is reading here, it is reading this table here. Therefore if I open this table, then I go in design view, you see I have S year, S term, that way. These are the fields that the system is reading from. And if you open, you'll notice that we have term 1, these are the classes, and this is the year. And therefore you have these years with 0, that's why it's reading 0, that way. Therefore if I cross that and proceed to this one, now the next step is to link our table. This is filters with this, and therefore what you need to do is to go to design view, then also make sure this one is open design view so that you can read this is combo what, this is combo what, that way. And therefore for that case we have to start with put coding on the first one. The first one, just go to design, then properties. This is combo 2. Combo 2 is the year. Therefore you just go to where the year is, cross this, go to where the year is. The year is here, This is where the year is. Therefore, you just type forms. Forms, you read the form. The form is ABC. The field is combo 2. Just press the tab key. Then the next one we shall read is the class. Therefore, you just go to S class here. Therefore, forms dot you put the exclamation mark ABC. The field is combo 4. They are following each other. The next one is term here. Therefore, just type forms. We are doing the next one. The next one is forms exclamation mark ABC exclamation mark the field. The field is combo 6. Therefore, this is what we are doing. If I increase this one and also increase this one, you can be in a position to see the ring. Then, after having done that one, the next thing is to change the source of main form to filters, so that when you execute this, it runs the filters. Therefore, you go to design view of the main form, go to properties, change the source now. Change the source to filters and then save. Therefore, when you try to execute, it will not open anything because filters, the filter field is not running. The next thing is now to code for this field. It is to code for that button, and therefore the code for this button is very simple. You just go to event, then on click event procedure, hit the 3 dots, then type the following code. Remember, you can get these codes from my website. Therefore, just go and download this one for free. Therefore, do command, do cmd dot open. We are opening the form, then the form name. The form name is main, and we are opening it in normal form. Therefore, in arc normal. That way, then we should maximize this. Therefore, do command dot maximize. Then the form filtering should cross. Therefore, me dot visible equals to false. Me dot visible equals to false. That way. Then, after having done that one, you save the code. Then also go to the next button. The next button is display. That is display statement, and therefore you click on it, go to event on, then you have to go on click event, hit the 3 dots, then we also type the code for that. The code for that is do cmd, therefore do cmd dot open report, then we shall have our report name. Our report name we shall create it. We have not created. It will be statement. Then the report should be viewed, should be arc preview, that way. Then again the report should be maximized. Therefore do cmd dot maximize. Then next do cmd dot cross. We shall cross the form. We shall cross our form that way. Then me dot form name. Me dot form dot name, that way. Therefore, this is the code to open the report. After doing that, we can try to first of all execute this one, but it is also important we code the cross button. Therefore, you can just go and code the cross button. Therefore, for this one, you can just use the command button to make your work easier. Just draw it, then just go to form operations, cross form, next, text, finish. Therefore, that one can be that way. Then you just now need to put a color. Like now, you can just go to this here and put it that color. Therefore, that is the cross button. Then let's just try to see whether our filter will work. Therefore, just go to view. Then I choose 2021. I choose to east. Then I choose term 1. Fist enter. There we are. Therefore, you can see now I have filtered from to east. And since I want a bigger from to east here, I can just go to this query of mine. Right click. Go to design view. Then copy the class here. Copy this. Copy that. Then go to your, cross that one. After copying, go to your main form, take a text box, go to text box, draw a text box here, then paste that one, equals to, then you paste that. Before remove this, then increase the size of this format, increase the size, you can make it that way. Then go to all here, make the border, the back style transparent that way. Therefore when you run, you will see that the class that you have filtered appears there, and therefore now you can be in a position to enter fees accordingly, as just as you wish, that way. Then our last bit, we can just first of all populate the statement. Therefore just go to create, then report wizard. We are using the filters, send everything to the right hand side, finish. This is our report, but you can work on it more than that. Therefore close it, change the name of your report to statement, right click, go to rename, then statement, the way we called it in the code, statement. So when I run my ABC filter here and click display statement, there we are. You see now it is opening to east, the filtered report automatically from this one. Therefore it will open whatever is reported here. But this one you don't need to code, you just need to connect this one with the report directly. But on the other hand, on the main here, we want the data to be saved permanently in the fees, that is in the fees table here, without it actually being lost. Therefore when I go to term 2, I should get the work there. And for instance, if I want that one happen, remember I placed that is the joins, these 4 with the joins, and therefore you must equate them here. Therefore what you do, you just go to the button, like for example, I can go to the first button, F admission number, that is for the child table. I go to F here, then event, then I go to on rost focus here. Therefore on rost focus, I go to procedure, then the 3 dots, then I need to code as follows for all 4 joined child table. Therefore here I just come and type that that is, I will type as follows. I need to do that so that my form can be complete. Therefore I need to type that F admission number, that is the child, equals to S admission number. Then next I'll type F here equals to S here, S here. Remember the child should be on your left hand side. The next one is F class equals to S class, S class. Lastly, F term equals to S term, S term, that way. Then I just now need to copy this S term. I just need to copy this for the buttons. Therefore this for F admission number, therefore I copy it for F here, F class and F term. Then my coding will be done. Therefore I just copy this down here, paste, then change this one to F here. Sorry, this one should be F here. Therefore this is F here. Then I paste it again down here. Therefore this one is for next F class. Therefore this one is for F class. That is for F class. Then lastly, I paste this one. This is for F term, this one. Remember I'm coding this part. Therefore this one is for F term. I have done that one to make the coding easier other than doing individually, now that I have shown you how you go about that. Therefore after now doing this here, we can just try to capture data here. Now my VBA coding is over. Therefore I just go to ABC. Therefore I open 2021 to West. Then I go to term 1, enter fees. Then I want to capture fees for a new guy here. We can just add a guy, 5,000. This is a new student. You can just call it him. You can just call him Jerusha, Jerry Kamau. That is a new guy. She belongs to 2 West. Then this is our year 2021. Then term, we choose term 1. Then this person is supposed to pay 23k that way. Then after doing that, we need to have the installments paid, and before we proceed, we need to do the calculation here. Therefore, just a bit, go to filters, design view. Then when we are in filters in design view, we just go and do the calculation. Therefore, the fees, total fees paid here, total fees paid, you put a full colon, should be installment 1 plus, that is installment 1, which fee was here, fees paid, fees payable, I think F term. Therefore should be, let's just have it here. Therefore should be installment 1 plus installment 2 plus installment 3 plus installment 4 plus installment 5. Then you can just click outside. Therefore this is the formula. You can see the formula. This is the formula here for that. And therefore if we save that one and run, we can see whether that one is working. Therefore we have gone, we can scroll to total fees paid. You see now that one is working, installment 1 plus installment 2. Then we need to go to design view, right click, go to design view. Then you can just go to fees balance. Fees balance should be fees payable minus total paid. Therefore this is fees, we put a full colon, this is fees payable minus now this is total paid minus total paid. Then you click outside here. Then fees paid, that one will be captured. Therefore that one is done. After now we go to our query, our system, we go to ABC, then you hit fees entered. You see now the system is auto-calculating automatically. It is auto-calculating automatically. Like now this guy of ours here, Jerusha here, let's just put her fees now, 23,000. Therefore you see fees balance will be automatically 23,000. But if I just come to fees payable, okay, fees paid here, we can just have 4,500 that way. We also capture that in that now fees paid, when you pay this one, it should be, that is fees paid should be, let's just also do that one. For the fees paid, we need to check on the fees paid, how we shall do the fees paid. Therefore for the fees paid balance should be fees payable minus total fees paid. Then total fees paid should be the installments. Therefore here, once we pay this one, it should be deducted somewhere here. Therefore let's just see. Therefore installment 1 here, fees paid, total fees paid, this one should not be visible. This one should not be there. Fees paid should not be there. That field should not be there. It's not of any importance. Therefore let's just do this. Therefore when you come to this person here, installment 1, let's say first of all we put the fees paid to be 23 1,000. Therefore, if I pay some installment, you see now total paid is 450 and then it is deducted here. Therefore, our system is working. Therefore, when you go to installment 2, let's say she pays 1,200. You see now total paid is increasing and the balance is decreasing, just exactly as we wish our system to that is to work. And therefore, basically, that is how that system is supposed to do. You're supposed to use the SQL in some areas, and also you're supposed to use the querying, just like I have taken you through. And therefore, that is the end of my presentation. Now that I have taken you through the VBA part, and remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed for me, and also keep on checking for what's new.